Welcome back to the MVP podcast. The name is B-Man. I'm here with Sosa, and I'm here with Tariq. And the NBA draft is coming out tomorrow. So we're going to do a bit of talk around the draft. I'm excited. So let's get into it now. I actually went and looked up how much cap space people have. Like which teams actually have like decent amount of cap space for this year. Never mind the year after that, for this year. The New York Knicks have got 48 million in cap space. Wow.
God damn. Wait, have they got guys on player options and teams options and stuff?
That's assuming, that's the assumption that no player option is taken.
Okay.
Yeah. 48 million. But even New York Knicks, the player options are not that insane.
They're bringing back Taj Gibson.
Yeah, they have to. ATL, Atlanta, 49 million.
Wow.
Yo, Sosa, Sacramento Kings, 30 million. Miami, 24 million in cap space. Detroit have got 37. Phoenix have got 20. Charlotte, 28. New Orleans Pelicans, 29. Like, these teams could actually go out, and if they do it right, like New York Knicks, if they can do it right, bro, they could be elite next year. Not next year, the year after that, sorry. They could be elite. Someone needs to go to New York and get them a goddamn ring. Someone needs to go.
You know, some of these teams, they've got cap space, but they've got some restricted free agents as well, because a lot of the guys in the 2017 draft are going to be paid not this summer or technically this offseason, but next offseason. So the Kings, like, this is their moment. If they don't make a big free agency signing, then it's curtains.
Are they bringing Bogdanovic back?
Yeah,
he's restricted, so I think they're going to bring him back, but I don't think he's going to want that much. I think it's going to be around like 12, 15 million.
No. He's going to ask for more.
Yeah, what about...
He's going to ask for what Buddy got. Buddy got 20 million a year, and that's because of really Vlade Divac believed in him so much.
He's gone.
I know.
That is weird, man. The way I found out was so weird, man. Do you know what?
When did you find out?
I randomly just went on ESPN and I went on transactions. So I was just going through all the teams and see what transactions. I didn't realize that they put on all the changes that they make in terms of coaches and assistants and all of that. And that's why I seen it, man.
Yeah, he's been gone for a minute now.
Well, that's a good sign, though. I think Sacramento are going to be on the up from now. I'm actually dead serious, T. So long, no one puts too much stock into this draft. Sosa, this draft is done. It is done.
I've never looked at it.
The only player worth a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt, is Killian Hayes. And don't even ask me how I know about his name. He's the only one that looked good to me.
You've been watching them Ringer YouTube videos, haven't you?
No, the Ringers and combined with like loads of other videos. But
that guy from the Ringer, Kevin O'Connor, he loves that guy. Absolutely loves him.
Hayes looks good, man. Wallahi, looks good. And that man guy looks alright as well. But Melo,
Onyeka Okongwu.
I don't know much about him. But Melo and the Edwards guy, maybe the Edwards guy might be okay. LaMelo Ball is going to be dead. He should not even be a top 20 pick. Never mind a top 5 pick. He is trash. Bro, he's trash.
You know what it is? He's similar to Lonzo in the sense that he's got a high IQ, like as far as passing goes, but his problem is on the defensive end. His shooting leaves much to be desired, but he's got every chance because he plays hard. Like whenever he's playing, he plays hard.
No, he doesn't.
So he does. When he's I'm referring to on the offensive side. I'm not talking about defensively.
Oh, when he's not basketball, is it?
On the defensive end, it's difficult for him to stay engaged because he'll try and like cut the passing lanes and just do some random shit instead of being on his man.
Yeah. His issue is he's a very talented player, but I just don't feel like he's got any IQ. Like I think NBA basketball is going to be a big wake up call for him.
Yeah.
It's like once he has to start learning schemes and set plays and all this kind of stuff, I don't think he's going to understand most of that kind of shit, man. He's going to be freestyling a lot when he's on the court, which he's been doing most of his time before he's even played, man. He just
most of his life has been freestyle.
Once he gets to NBA basketball and starts coming up against good defenders and shit, like he's going to struggle with it to start with. Initially, it's going to be hard for him, but If he learns, well, like, if he just puts the work in with that talent, he's gonna be a good player, man. I'm telling you.
Bro, let me tell you now, yeah. Do you know, I found out that in terms of the pick and roll defense, which the pick and roll is one of the most used plays in NBA, right?
Yeah.
In the Australian league, he was the worst defender in the pick and rolls. Deep that. He was the worst.
Yeah, I seen that his team had the worst defense in the whole of the league, and like he had the worst plus minus of defense.
What is the guy called that he that also went to Australia?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
RJ Hampton.
RJ Hampton, that's the one.
RJ Hampton, yeah. I did see this on the Ringer, by the way, right? They were like, he couldn't. The only time he played like a very good player across him was RJ Hampton. RJ Hampton torched him. So I decided to go check the highlights. Bro, if he cannot guard RJ Hampton, brother, is game. Because when he comes into the league, brothers are going to feast off of him. And his whole confidence, everything is just going to disappear. And he's a...
You've got to realize, though, there's a guy in the NBA who's a massive liability on defense, but still's a bucket. And that's Trae.
Trae Young, yeah. I was going to say he's so similar.
No, but not that bad. I get you. You're right. Trae's not.
He had coaching for college level, so maybe they gave him some tips about doing it.
But at the same time, though, Trae is elite on the offensive end. Okay, like he is one of the best 3-point shooters. Like, I am willing to let that weighing skill play itself out, right? Because at the end of the day, neither is Steph Curry, right?
Can I ask you a question then? We've talked about these guys. What do you reckon to James Wiseman? Because he's one of those guys that, again, he splits people because everyone wants, like back in the day, it was all about getting the big man who could do everything. Getting a big man who's a decent defender, who's good at finishing inside and can shoot. This guy ticks all the boxes for what you'd expect a draft prospect to be. Why is he not considered the unanimous number one pick? Like, why are people overlooking this guy?
It's because although he's shown you glimpses of things, his IQ is really low. So if you look at his mixtape, he looks incredible, but he settles too often. He's not, like, people are dubbing him like a DeAndre Jordan type player. And would you take a gamble on a DeAndre Jordan type player? You probably wouldn't. Not that high anyway.
DeAndre Jordan became DeAndre Jordan. I don't want to disrespect the guy, but it's because of Chris Paul. No,
he's always been jumpy. He's always been like a pogo stick. Chris Paul just elevated that. Yeah, Chris Paul.
He wasn't an all NBA player until Chris Paul came into the picture.
Yeah, 100%. But I don't know. The whole draft is just sticky. It's so sticky. No one is a number one pick. No one. This whole draft is dead with the potential of somehow finding a few good players. Like, you could all of a sudden stumble upon a player that could be really good 5 years down the line. But right now, when you're looking at them as they are, no one looks to project towards that unless they finally come into the NBA. Like, for example, that kid from Israel. Yeah?
Deni Avdija.
He looks amazing, right? But guess what? He can't hit free throws. And if you cannot hit free throws, you're never going to be a good 3-point shooter, ever. If you can't hit your free throw...
That's so weird that you can make threes and hit them at a decent clip, but you can't make free throws. That doesn't make sense to me.
No. Which player do you know shoots a high clip on the 3-pointers that can't shoot free throws? The two go together. Is the only
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball can't shoot 3-pointers.
He was, his first season, he was shooting better at 3 than he was on the free throw line.
Yeah, but they were both very terrible.
Same with Markelle Fultz.
No one is like so good at, like, I kept hearing it over and over again for like the last few years, which is, if they're very good at the free throw line, then that's an indicator, especially before they enter the NBA. It's a good indicator if they're going to be good at 3-point shooting. The guy's shooting like 50-odd%. And there aren't many people in this draft that, I think the only one is the Edwards kid. He'll come out, and all the Killian Hayes is like, but they're like late in the draft. But like in terms of like top 5, it's so, I would sack this draft off. It's that bad, lads. I would sack it.
I mean, it's going to be a case of like the smart teams will trade if they've got a lottery pick now. Yeah, the smart teams will trade that pick for next year's. I think is it next year or the year after where they allow kids to come up through instead of it being from the NBA, it's going to be through the college. They can go straight from high school.
But also that's assuming that anyone is even going to be willing to give up that pick. No one should be giving up that pick. Nobody. Even those teams that gave like 4 trades, like the Russell Westbrook trade and the Paul George trade, that year is a pick swap. It's not a take. All of them have done a pick swap for that because they know that they can get a superstar anywhere from number 1 to 60. They can get a good player. Like genuinely. They can accidentally get a good, even undrafted players that year are ones to look out for. Because there's just going to be so many good players in that draft. No one, and again, nobody is going to give up that draft. No.
Bro, I don't know what, you know what, yeah. Do you guys ever watch NBA YouTube? Like YouTubers that do like NBA and stuff?
No,
there's a guy, yeah, called Flight Reacts. You've ever heard of a guy called Flight Reacts?
Him and his baby mom in trouble.
This guy, yeah. So so Tarek, if you've never heard of this guy, yeah, he was just like a troll guy who played 2K, and then
seen him at least.
One time he decided, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna do basketball in real life. So he starts having these one-on-one competitions, and then of all the people, he decided to call out one of the draft prospects for like 2022, guy called Mikey Williams. This kid is like at the time was like 16, was the same height, like 6'2" at 15, and this guy was dunking on him, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Since then, I've been a fan of this Mikey Williams kid. I think this kid's gonna make it. This kid looks dangerous. Don't forget that name.
Like good friends with Bronny.
I think they're friends. No, I mean they're all friends, aren't they?
No, but I mean like they do a lot of pickup games together.
Maybe. I think he's a year older than Bronny, so they're not in the same class. But I'm pretty sure they know each other. But this kid, I swear, remember the name, Mikey Williams. Remember the name. I told you this.
All right.
Mikey Williams.
I'll look out for him.
No, he's been on all the highlight tapes. If you go on Snapchat and you go on
like Slam and Overtime and all them highlights places.
Ball
yeah.
is live.
Ball is like all of them. He's been on the bare times, loads of times. Like it's known. Like he's very well known to be like a high pick in a couple of years. But yo, man, I need to dip.
All right, well, guys, if you like the video, please go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. We do appreciate all the love and support that you've given us. Take care and peace.